Now we have Chief Aroworo, who is a taxation expert and former president of Cosima and Dasima, joining us from Warri to speak on additional $251 million World Bank loan for palliatives as well as other issues. Good evening and thank you so much for joining us at this time.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, all right. So how would you react to the disbursement of additional $251 million from World Bank loan for palliative under the $800 million facility approved for the poorest of the poor in Nigeria?
Yes, thank you. Yes, I am aware that we have received an additional $250 million as part of the national safety net, which is going to be disbursed to the poorest of the poor. The type of money we're talking about are human was. It's actually meant to alleviate poverty at the lowest level. But when you look at, we've got our 200 something already, another 250, so we have about $530 million now. If you convert that to Naira, you're looking at almost $1 trillion Naira. Now, if we are even going to disburse that, even at 5,000 Naira a month for 3 months to people, you are going to be able to at least disburse to about 50 million Nigerians. But what do we have? We have a problem with the social register. That implies that the money is not going around. The money is not going to the right people. And because of the type of system we have, when we do not have an accurate register, the money will be falling into the wrong hands. That is where we are finding ourselves. And I am very sure that even though the World Bank is still releasing the money to us, their monitoring will also be noting that it is an exercise that is already politicized and maybe also corruption driven.
Management is said to be one of the greatest challenges we face as a nation, as well as transparency in this disbursement process. Do you think the process of cash transfer in Nigeria has been a transparent one? Is it one that you would still recommend to be done this time around?
You see, we are actually looking at that. The advent of technology, more and more genuine registers will be provided. But if you know, the poor people are those that don't even have an account. So who are you transferring the money to? So I do believe that with the enhancement exercise being done by the National Identity Management Commission, we will probably be getting more and more transparency in this thing. But we still have a long way to go. And I do hope that more and more beneficiaries, genuine beneficiaries, will be targeted in due course.
Forward, some school of thoughts believe that the federal government has dipped its hand into several loans which are currently affecting our economic growth. Do you see this as a major challenge, seeing that Nigeria is not the only country in the world that borrows money?
No serious businessman, neither country will not do without borrowing. We must borrow. Borrowing means that you expect to be able to pay. Just want to service it, but in immediate term, you do not have such form. That is why you borrow. So we all borrow. But it is when you borrow for a productive exercise that it becomes useful. But when you borrow for non-productive, you are going to be paying, or your children will be paying. It is usually better to borrow. For instance, let's look at this $530 million. If that half of that was used in creating jobs, establishing factories, then of course you would have created jobs and you will still reduce the poverty. But you are going to, right now we are paying almost 10%, $10 million interest on this money we are borrowing because they are not free. When you borrow, it's a loan. You are servicing these loans. But if you borrow for productive level, then the profits and the job created there will ensure that your borrowing is not for nothing.
All right, we really thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us on Galaxy TV News. Thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure. Thank you.
And that's Chief Aroworo. He is a tax expert and former president of Cosima and Dasima.